In this chapter, our heroine is thrust into a realm broken by conflict and haunted by echoes of former glories. As ancient powers clash and the landscape itself seems to cry out in anguish, every step forward becomes a testament to resilience, determination, and the hope for redemption. Enjoy this next chapter of our unfolding epic. The journey led our heroine into territories where the very fabric of reality had been torn asunder. Beyond the familiar borders of crumbling citadels and hidden sanctuaries lay the Shattered Realms, a vast, fragmented world where past grandeur was replaced by tumult, and every corner bore witness to a struggle as old as time itself. The Shattered Realms were no ordinary domain. Here, the remnants of once united landscapes now lay divided by jagged chasms and scars of ancient battles. The ground itself seemed to whisper tales of devastation, echoing the sorrow of a world split apart by conflict and betrayal. In the distance, colossal structures of stone, once symbols of hope and unity, now stood as broken monuments to a bygone era. Their ruins, tangled with wild, rebellious flora, painted a picture of nature's determined reclamation in the face of human hubris. As our heroine traversed these fractured lands, she could not help but feel the weight of history pressing upon her. Every step resonated with the agony of loss, yet also with the promise of rebirth. The landscape was a mosaic of contrasts. Each broken fragment held a mirror to the resilience of those who had once fought for unity and now strove to rebuild what was lost. In the midst of the Shattered Realms, the air was thick with a spectral presence. Ghostly remnants of those who had perished in the conflicts lingered like a sorrowful choir, their voices merging with the mournful winds. These were not mere echoes, they were the lingering vestiges of lives interrupted, dreams cut short and destinies left unfulfilled. Our heroine encountered these lost souls in various forms. Some appeared as fleeting apparitions in the fog, their eyes brimming with regret and longing for reconciliation. Others manifested as ancient carvings on the walls of ruined temples, their silent testimonies urging any who would listen to learn from the past. Each encounter was a lesson in humility and hope, a reminder that even in shattered landscapes, the spark of life and memory endures. In one particularly poignant moment, she found herself in a vast, desolate amphitheater, where the remnants of a once great performance space lay in ruins. Amidst the debris, the soft strains of a long-forgotten melody seemed to rise from the very ground, carried by a breeze that bore the lament of lost artists and warriors alike. It was here that she paused to honor these souls, vowing that their sacrifices would not be forgotten in the march toward a brighter future. Amid the desolation, whispers of ancient power still held sway. Deep within the Shattered Realms, vestiges of forgotten magic lay hidden, artifacts and relics imbued with the potent energy of bygone epochs. These relics, though battered by time and neglect, pulsed with an enigmatic light, as if yearning for a new purpose in a world desperate for renewal. One such encounter came when our heroine stumbled upon a ruined sanctuary, its once pristine halls now overgrown with resilient, luminous vines. At its center, upon a crumbling pedestal, rested an ancient talisman, a relic that shimmered with an inner fire. The talisman, known in old lore as the Heart of Unity, was said to embody the hope and collective spirit of those who had once dreamed of restoring balance to the world. Its radiance was both a comfort and a challenge, beckoning her to reclaim its power for the forces of renewal. As she reached out and cradled the relic, she felt a surge of energy ripple through her, a connection to the countless souls who had fought for a united realm. In that moment, the talisman was not just an object of ancient magic. It was a beacon of the enduring human spirit, a symbol of the resolve to overcome even the most devastating fractures of fate. The Shattered Realms tested our heroine in ways she had never imagined. Every landscape, every crumbled monument, was fraught with perils that demanded both ingenuity and heart. Here, nature itself was a double-edged sword, its beauty intertwined with treachery. Lush, verdant groves were interspersed with ravaged lands where venomous flora and hostile fauna had claimed dominion. Every step carried the risk of sudden collapse, as unstable ground shifted beneath her feet, threatening to plunge her into the yawning abyss below. Yet, with each trial, she discovered reserves of strength she had not known she possessed. The challenges of the Shattered Realms forged her character anew, her determination steeled by adversity, her spirit emboldened by the knowledge that even broken worlds can mend through perseverance. It was a landscape that demanded constant vigilance and adaptability, urging her to learn, evolve, and ultimately transform the very nature of her destiny. In the midst of chaos, the unexpected spark of camaraderie blossomed. As she journeyed deeper into these fractured territories, our heroine encountered others who, like her, had been drawn to the promise of restoration. Among these were rebels, mystics, and remnants of old orders, each bearing scars of past conflicts and driven by a desire to reclaim the lost unity of their world. One such companion was a fierce warrior whose past was shrouded in mystery and marked by sacrifice. His eyes, hardened by battle and softened by loss, conveyed a silent determination to rebuild what had been torn asunder. Together, they forged a bond not just of shared struggle, but of mutual respect, a recognition that their disparate paths converged toward a singular, noble goal. Their alliance became a cornerstone in the fight against the darkness that threatened to engulf the shattered realms, a testament to the power of unity in the face of overwhelming adversity. Alongside them, a mystic with an uncanny ability to commune with the remnants of nature joined the quest. Her deep connection with the elemental forces of the world allowed her to sense the subtle shifts in the fractured lands, guiding the group through treacherous territories and revealing hidden sanctuaries of hope. Her wisdom, passed down through generations of guardians, was a living archive of the world's forgotten history, a reminder that even in the depths of ruin, the seeds of renewal lay waiting to be nurtured. Yet, amid these hopeful alliances, a darker force stirred in the recesses of the shattered realms. As whispers of the heart of unity spread, so too did rumors of a sinister faction determined to harness its power for their own ends. Cloaked figures, known only as the Duskbound, began to emerge from the shadows, agents of chaos whose presence was heralded by an unnerving stillness that seemed to sap the very light from the air. The Duskbound were as enigmatic as they were ruthless. Their origins were lost to the mists of time, their purpose obscured by layers of dark myth and ominous prophecy. What was clear, however, was their unwavering resolve to plunge the world into eternal twilight, a realm where hope was but a fleeting illusion and despair reigned supreme. Their methods were as brutal as they were calculated, leaving behind a trail of devastation wherever they passed. In the shattered realms, confrontations with the Duskbound became both inevitable and harrowing. Their ambushes were marked by an almost spectral precision, as if they could strike the very essence of one's soul. It was during one such encounter, deep in a forest where the trees themselves seemed to mourn, that our heroine faced the chilling reality of their threat. Amidst a swirl of dark magic and clashing steel, the resolve of her newfound allies was tested like never before. The battle was fierce, a dance of light against encroaching darkness, each strike a desperate bid to stave off the encroaching void. The heart of unity, with its radiant promise, became the focal point of this cosmic tug-of-war. The relic, in its quiet brilliance, held the potential to rekindle the fractured bonds of the shattered realms, or to be twisted into a weapon of unyielding tyranny. Its significance was not lost on any of the warring factions. To those who believed in the possibility of redemption, it was a symbol of the collective strength of a unified people. To the Duskbound, it was the key to an age of unchallenged dominion. In the heart of a long-forgotten sanctuary, beneath a sky heavy with portentous clouds, a decisive confrontation unfolded. The battleground was a vast, echoing hall where the ruins of old-world grandeur met the raw, untamed energy of nature's resurgence. Here, the forces of hope and despair collided with explosive intensity. The clash was not merely physical, it was a battle for the very soul of the realm. Every blow, every surge of magic, was an expression of the deep-seated desire to either restore what was lost or to irrevocably shatter what remained. Our heroine, armed with the newfound power of the heart of unity, led the charge with an unyielding determination that belied the dangers surrounding her. In a moment that would define the course of the shattered realms, she channeled the relic's energy, forging a radiant barrier that repelled the encroaching darkness. The spectacle was both awe-inspiring and heart-wrenching, a vivid reminder that even in the direst moments, the flame of hope could illuminate the darkest corners of existence. As the dust of battle slowly settled, the echoes of conflict lingered like the fading strains of a sorrowful dirge. The shattered realms bore the scars of the encounter, a somber testament to the struggle between light and darkness. Yet amid the ruin, there emerged a glimmer of renewal. The heart of unity, its light now tempered by the trials it had witnessed, pulsed steadily, a quiet promise that even shattered worlds could be pieced together once more. In the days that followed, as survivors emerged from their hideaways and tentative alliances solidified, our heroine and her companions found solace in the small yet potent victories. The oppressive gloom that had threatened to engulf the realm began to recede, replaced by a cautious optimism that whispered of a future where unity might again prevail. The lessons of the conflict were etched into the collective memory of the people, a reminder that even in the face of overwhelming adversity, hope could take root in the most unlikely of places. The trials of the Shattered Realms had transformed our heroine. No longer was she simply a wanderer drawn by the call of destiny. She had become a symbol of resistance, a beacon for all those who dared to dream of a better tomorrow. Each challenge faced, each sacrifice made, had etched itself into her very being, reminding her that the journey toward renewal was a winding path, paved with both sorrow and triumph. As she continued her journey through lands scarred by conflict, yet suffused with the promise of regeneration, the bonds forged with her allies deepened. The warrior, the mystic, and countless others who had joined the struggle became more than mere companions. They became the living embodiment of the resilience and unity that could mend even the most fractured of realms. Their shared victories and losses wove a tapestry of human spirit that shone like a beacon against the encroaching dark. The climax of the confrontation with the Duskbound was not the end, but a new beginning, a call to rebuild what had been torn apart. The people of the Shattered Realms, inspired by the valor and sacrifice displayed on the battlefield, began to rally together. In town squares and hidden enclaves alike, conversations sparked about resurrecting the lost bonds of community and restoring the ancient traditions that had once united them. It was a grassroots resurgence of hope, where every act of kindness, every shared story of loss and redemption, contributed to the slow healing of a broken world. In the midst of this renewal, the heart of unity emerged as both a literal and metaphorical catalyst. Its steady pulse resonated with the rhythm of newfound optimism, uniting disparate communities under the banner of resilience. It became a living symbol, a reminder that even the deepest wounds, when tended with care and compassion, could eventually mend. As the Shattered Realms began to find their footing in the aftermath of conflict, our heroine understood that her journey was far from over. The battles fought and the alliances forged had altered the landscape of destiny, setting the stage for challenges yet to come. But they had also sown the seeds of a transformation that extended beyond the physical realm, a transformation of hearts, minds, and the very soul of a people determined to reclaim their lost unity. Standing atop a hill overlooking a valley slowly coming back to life, she took a moment to reflect on all that had transpired. The path ahead was uncertain, fraught with potential pitfalls and lingering shadows, yet it was also filled with the promise of renewal. Every scar on the land, every whispered memory of loss, served as a reminder that the journey toward unity was a continuous cycle of breaking and healing, a testament to the unyielding resilience of the human spirit. In that quiet moment of introspection, the Shattered Realms revealed one final truth: that even in the midst of profound destruction, the courage to forge a new destiny lay within every heart. It was a call not just to survive, but to thrive, to rebuild a world where hope could shine ever brighter, no matter how deeply it had been scarred by the past. In Part 4, the shattered landscapes of a once-united world have come into focus. From the haunting echoes of lost souls and the remnants of ancient power to the fierce battles against the Duskbound and the inspiring call to rebuild, this chapter charts a pivotal turn in our heroine's journey. Amid adversity, alliances are strengthened, and the promise of renewal burns brightly even in the darkest of times. I hope you find this chapter as compelling as it is evocative, because in Part 5, we will dive into where new challenges, unforeseen revelations, and the ultimate test of unity await in our epic saga.